Hello and welcome to today's ClearPath Leadercast. My name is Craig Anderson. I am the president of ClearPath Coaching and Consulting. I want to welcome you here. We are here every Thursday at noon Eastern, providing you with 15 to no more than 30 minutes of tips and training that will make you the leader that you aspire to be. Why is that so important to me? I grew up as what I would call myself an accidental leader in corporate America. I graduated from college with a bachelor's in English, had big plans to become a teacher, and somehow found myself at my career peak as the national sales leader and an SVP at JP Morgan Chase. Never did I intend to have that career path, but it's where I was. Dealt with a lot of change over that time, and myself personally learning how I could be as a leader, where I brought value to the team despite my lack of a business background. And I can assure you, I did not have a stellar business class career in college. But really what I did learn over that time was how to pay attention to the things that matter, to understand what made those businesses successful. And then I took that and helped apply those lessons to a small business that I grew successfully to the point of sale. And really through all that, learned what leadership really is. And that's when I decided after the sale at that last business to become a leadership confidence coach, to help leaders become the leader they aspire to be, to move from feeling like an accidental leader to a confident executive in their business. So every week, go join us here. We will give you those tips and those trainings that will help you grow. If you are not watching us in our ClearPath Leaders Forum in Facebook, I would invite you to join us there. clearpathcoaches.com/community will get you to the group. All you need to do once you're there is answer a couple questions. We'll get you in. We're always in there having discussions about leadership, having discussions about what will help you grow as a leader. And then we have this live training, and all the prior videos are right here for you to watch. So please join us in the ClearPath Leaders Forum at clearpathcoaches.com/community. So let's get down to what we're talking about today. Today, what we're talking about is how to become a better leader by knowing yourself. We spend so much time telling leaders they need to get to know their people, to understand what drives them, to find out how to motivate them, to help them move more successfully into their roles. I'm not going to say that that's unimportant. That is very important. But for you to be a successful leader for your business, what you need to do is understand yourself more, understand what your core energies are, what your drivers are, what makes you make decisions, what drives your reactions. That's when you can start to understand what your energies bring to the table and where your natural resting point is for those energies. And then also how you can shift when needed to a different type of energy that will be more successful for you. So we're going to talk through that today, but let me give you the basis for how I've used this approach in my business and how I use this with my clients at ClearPath Coaching and Consulting. Typically, I do a lot of small business owner coaching and consulting, helping them to grow their business, but also corporate executives, C-suite executives, and VPs who are looking to take the next level. And it's so important to know yourself. The tool that I use to do that is called the Core Values Index, or CVI, as I'll refer to it throughout the training today. The Core Values Index is a really important tool. I like it for a lot of reasons over things like DISC or Myers-Briggs or some of the other ones that are out there. One, it has a high level of repeatability. If you take it now or take it 10 or 15 years from now, your score is going to be roughly the same. Two, it doesn't really tell me how good you are going to be at a job from a talent and skill set perspective, but it does help me understand how you will align with that job based on the energies required of the job. And what are those energies? Those energies are the core energies in us that drive how we react, how we approach problems, how we bring people together, how we treat people in our normal course of energy. And when we can identify that energy, we can bring our best and highest self to our role. Some energies are, and combinations of those energies are better attuned to certain jobs than to others. And we bring our best and highest self to our job and to our life when we are working and living within our core energies. So there are 4 core energies that we talk about when we talk about the CVI, or Core Values Index. The first one we look at is builder. A lot of these are tied back to kind of old archetypes in history. And the builder is that person who built the pyramids, who built the great buildings that we see in history, who had the energy to move things forward. They act out of power. They act in moving forward. If you need someone to get things done for you, you want to find a builder and have that builder energy on your team. The next person that we look at is the merchant. If you think about the people who went out and met the world, the merchants are the ones who see what is possible. They have a vision. They want to bring people along for that vision. There's a lot of strength in the merchant. The merchant acts out of love, not romantic love, but out of love for exploration and love for people. And they want to see everyone around them rise to their highest level. So that is the merchant energy. The next one we want to talk about is the innovator energy, those who figured out how to get the water from the Nile to the crops, the ones who figured out how to get the stones to the top of the pyramid. The innovator, it brings the power of wisdom to the table. They think through alternatives. They have the ability to keenly see different ways of doing things and finding over time what's wrong with those options, what's right with those options, and helping you find what the best option is. And then the last one we talk about, there's only 4, is the banker. The banker is the person who kind of banked the coals at night so that the fire could start more easily the next day. The banker's power is knowledge. They act out of knowledge. They are the ones who, when you want to go to the institutional memory of the institution, go to the banker. When you want data, tables, information, they're the ones who have it. They bring knowledge. They bring resource. They are the font of historical information for your organization. And when we look at the core values index, we typically look at your top 2 energies tend to be your driver. I am an innovator banker. I have other clients who are innovator merchants, who are builder merchants. You end up with any of those possible combinations. Then you also have a score associated with how strong that is. And if you're a really high score on a merchant and you have and there's 36 points in any one given category and you're 3 or more points away, every 3 points you are to shift to another energy is possible, but it's how much energy for it to take for you to get there. And that's one of the things I love about the core values index is it shows me not only where my natural tendencies are, where my inclinations are, but also shows me I can tap in. There's nothing that says I can't tap into those other energies. So I'm an innovator banker, for example. I'm great at coming up with ideas, thinking about the resources they needed. That bounces back to innovator, think of more ideas, try and figure out how I'm going to get the resources. And I bounce back a lot. I can get caught in a loop down there. But what that allows me to do then is to say to myself, Craig, slow down, stop for a minute. What do you need to be successful? I need to be a builder right now to be successful. So I can tap into my core builder energy and shift over to that. And I can do that for short periods of time. It takes some energy for me to do that. And I may be kind of exhausted mentally or physically after I do it, but I can do it. So that's the idea, is all these energies exist within you. It's just how much you have to shift to get to one or the other. And that's where this tool is so powerful in helping you grow as a leader, because a lot of times you come at things and you're coming at it from the way you see it, and you bang at it and you can't wrap your brain around why no one around the table understands it. Why does that matter? Because if you're an innovator and you're trying to get a builder to act the way you want them to, you're coming at them from a very different perspective. So they're looking at you like, why are you giving me all these ideas? I just want to go. And you're saying to them, but think about this, think this through. Here's some options. And you're talking past each other a lot of times. That's why you'll sit in a meeting and look at your direct reports and say, what the heck are they coming from? Where are they coming from with this stuff? So we want to understand when that innovator energy in that case is no longer working for me, and I have to shift to talking like a builder to that builder to help get them moving forward, or to the merchant and appeal to the merchant. We have to think through how we are, who we need to be in a given situation to move things forward. Again, we most often want to be working from our core energy, but we have to have that facility to switch. The next piece of this that I want to talk about and touch on is how you use this to build your leadership team. I do not advocate using the core values index as a you get the job or you don't. However, I do want you to understand all the core values index scores for everyone on your leadership team table so that you can understand, one, where you might be lacking in some energies. I had a client recently, had a 12-person leadership team there. The innovator energy in that group was very high, lots of innovator energy, not a lot of builder energy. The team was really good at thinking up ideas and coming up with possible solutions. And they constantly were going through that problem-solving exercise. As I said to them, when the builder gets to the point where they're rolling their eyes and bored and say, let's just go, you need to listen to that builder, because that builder is the energy you need on your team to take action. If you have a team full of merchants, everyone's going to sit around and get excited about vision and thinking about what the power is that we can do. And how do we get everyone on the team pulled along to get excited about it? But if you don't have that banker energy at the table, you're going to be missing key facts, key data points, key things you need to move your business forward. So you want to look at your whole leadership team and see where those energies are strong, where you have gaps, and where you have to make some accommodations for that. Or if you're the leader and you're lacking in some merchant energy on the team, you're going to have to know from time to time, you're going to have to tap into that or encourage the team to tap into that for all of you to achieve your goals to be successful. So that's what I want you to think about with the core values index. And what I would encourage you all to do on the scroll today, I've got learn who you are as a leader today, clearpathcoaches.com/CVI. You can go out and take the CVI assessment yourself. There's no charge to you. If you'd like to get a more full report, then we can talk about doing that, but you'll have a lot of the information you need to know your type. If you would like to take action to understand more about yourself or apply this to your whole team, let's connect. Clearpathcoaches.com/connect call, or just leave me a comment here, shoot me a DM. I would love to talk to you about how we can take and make you a better leader by understanding those core energies better in yourself, or help your team to come together to see how those core energies work together for you as a team. That's how we become the best leaders we can be. That's how we get our teams moving forward to be more successful. So let's talk more about what our core energies are. Talked about it all week. Check out my blog post this week where I talked about it and some of the quotes we put out there. That's it for today on ClearPath LeaderCast. Thank you all for coming. Really excited to talk to you more about this tool. So drop me a comment in the messages, in the comments, shoot me a DM. If you're catching this on the replay, give me a hashtag replay so I know you're out there. Thanks everybody for joining us today on ClearPath LeaderCast.